Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well and I hope you're all staying safe during this kind of really weird, crazy time. My name is Nathan and I'm one of the leaders at ID. You've probably seen me around a few times, I've kind of led a few games and I've done a couple of talks before. So I'm going to be continuing our series this week on testimonies. Luke kicked us off last week, and as he explained, a testimony is kind of a story, I guess. It's kind of the story of a person's life, and specifically like how they came to become a Christian. So I'm going to explain to you guys today how that kind of happened for me, and how that really influenced where I am today, really. So yeah, I guess I'll just start off right at the beginning. When I was born and when I was younger, I was raised in a Christian family. I have kind of always been around church, and specifically King's Church, the one that you all go to for ID and stuff like that. I've been going there since, I don't know how long, since I was born basically. I've been there all my life, and so I kind of grew up in a church background, but I would never really say I was a Christian for myself. I would say like it was something I did because my parents took me, and I was happy about it. I was fine with it. I enjoyed church most of the time. And I guess I just didn't really have my own kind of faith. It was always kind of something I felt I did because I had to. And so as a result, I never kind of actively sought out God. I never actively I never got baptized, for example, when I was younger or anything like that. Like I never actively sought God. I didn't read my Bible. I didn't pray or anything. So naturally, I didn't really have much of a relationship with God at all. Really, I really just was there every Sunday, and that was it. And so as a result of that, I kind of sort of in my early teens started to fall out of church. At secondary school, I took a lot of kind of bullying and criticism and things like that for being a Christian. And at the same time, I was kind of finding church really hard. I didn't have a lot of friends, and I wasn't really enjoying it very much. So I just kind of decided, right, church isn't really doing me any good. People are being mean to me about it. People at church aren't, I don't really get on with people at church. So yeah, why stay? So I just decided to leave. And so from sort of late secondary school and kind of through the first year of A levels, I didn't actually go to church at all. Really, I was kind of still a little bit involved because our youth leader, Ads Brennan, as you all know who he is, I'm sure, he still met up with me and hung out with me and chatted with me, which I really appreciated at the time because it meant I kind of had a friend to kind of hang out with and chat to, which was nice, and that kind of kept me kind of slightly interested in church. Not much, but just still kind of on the kind of fringes of it. And I then ended up helping out at our kind of big young event called Unit 27. I kind of said to myself, oh, I'm not really doing it for church, I'm doing it as a favour for a friend, right? I was doing it because Ads needed help. So yeah, kind of off the back of that, I kind of, so for a couple of years didn't really go to church at all, but was kind of involved in those small ways with Ads. And so a few years later, I still had some friends from church, and I got invited to New Day. One of my friends was going, and I'd been a couple of times before, but hadn't been for a few years, and he said, oh, I'm going to go, why don't you come with me? It'd be great if we could share a tent and hang out, and yeah, I think you'd enjoy it. And so I was kind of like, yeah, I'll go for a bit of fun, I kind of already kind of knew that a couple of people there, because as I said, I still had a few church friends, and I knew Ads, of course, from him still meeting up with me and stuff, so I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it, why not? And so I went along, and it wasn't kind of a big moment of, wow, this is what Christianity is, and this is where I want to be. It was kind of like, oh, that's interesting, I might think about that a little more. And so as a result, that kind of put the idea in my mind. And this kind of week away at a campsite with, just kind of Christians around you and in that kind of atmosphere, it was kind of provoked me and made me think a bit more about, about God and about who he is, and about Christianity, and maybe actually wanted to explore it for myself, something I never really did when I was younger because I was just kind of raised around it. And so yeah, I kind of for a few months was kind of dipping my toe in, kind of in and out. I was kind of like, I kind of like it, I kind of don't, I'm not really sure. I think deep down I knew that there was a God and that he existed, but I just wasn't really ready to go back in because of all the kind of stuff that I'd taken before from people, all the kind of rudeness, all the bullying. I was kind of like, I don't really want to go back, and I didn't like it when I was there anyway, so I was kind of really on the fence, because I really believed in God, but I found church quite hard, and I just struggled with the whole thing, and I wasn't even sure if that was where I wanted to be. But then I guess something kind of really changed me, and that was kind of this yeah, this really interesting, quite terrifying experience. So when I was younger, well, not even younger, really, just a year ago, I used to work at a Tesco Express in Eastbourne, and I was kind of doing a general shift in the evening, as you do, kind of going about your business on the till, serving people and stuff, when these two kind of masked guys come in, and one of them pulls out an axe and threatens me and says, you know, open the till. He points the axe at me, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is not what I expected to happen. I'd heard of armed robberies, but I didn't think they'd happen in Eastbourne, but they do. So yeah, that was a really kind of terrifying experience for me, like kind of being that close to kind of, I guess, a near-death situation. They weren't really threatening me too much. I mean, one of them did like bash his axe on the till, but I wasn't really like, I guess in that moment I feared for my life, but I look back and I'm like, yeah, they probably wouldn't have killed me. But it really did make me think of like, what if they had? Like, what if I had died in that moment? What if one of them had taken a dislike to me and just swung their axe? Like, you know, I wouldn't be here today. And that really kind of shook me, and I was kind of like, wow, like, I've really got to decide what I believe on this. Do I believe in God or do I not? Like, am I part of church or am I not? And so that was kind of the moment that really kind of made me go, right, I'm going to go all in with this church thing. Because again, a part of me knew deep down that this was the truth. This was, you know, what I believed in. You know, that Jesus had saved me from kind of all my sin and, you know, everything I'd struggled with. But, you know, I guess that kind of was the catalyst. It gave me a sense of urgency to really pursue this faith and this religion, and to see if it really was the truth, and whether it really was where I wanted to be. And I really discovered that it was. You know, I kind of dived in head first. I kind of prayed a prayer with ads to kind of become a Christian, and then I got baptised in January. So yeah, since then, that was kind of January of last year that I was baptised. I kind of really started this journey with God, and I learned so much about who He was, about who I am in Him, and, you know, about my self-worth and the fact that He loves me as I am, you know, and that actually, you know, what He's put a really good church family around me that I didn't really feel I had before when I was in church. When I was kind of younger and kind of left church, I didn't really feel I had a lot of friends or anything, and now He's kind of really answered my prayers and given me a family around me that also love me as I am. So that kind of really encouraged me. And since then, since September of last year, I've started I started an internship with the church. I've been working there now since September, and it's just been really amazing. Like, that's why I do ID and things like that, because I work for the church, and I love what I do. I really enjoy, you know, being a part of the church and just learning so much more about God every single day that I do it. I think so. Yeah, that is my testimony. That is how I got to where I am today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got something out of it. And you know what? I think actually, there's one thing I want you to take away from this. It's that you should seek out God yourself. You know, don't just, you know, listen to what we have to say for sure, but then do something with it. Like, seek God for yourself. You know, none of us can just tell you to do it. But when I was younger, I was just kind of told, yeah, God's there. And I just kind of believed it as a child, but then never really sought it out for myself. And it was the moment that I was given that urgency by that kind of really horrific event that I sought out God, and that is how I've come to be where I am today. So yeah, if you guys take one thing from this, it's that you should kind of seek God for yourself. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a good week, and I hope you all stay safe. See you soon. Bye.